Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 231 of Unboxing Wednesdays for comics arriving in stores on Wednesday, April 1st, 2015. It's April already, I can't believe it.
Guys, I'm pregnant.
April Fools.
No, seriously, I'm pregnant.
Nice. When do you do?
Tomorrow.
April 2nd? That's an incredibly short gestation period. Were you impregnated by the alien?
Yeah.
Nice.
Face huggers.
Right on. Hey Ricky, check out what we got into the store this week.
What?
It's Monstrosity Volume 2. It's a anthology book filled with monster-related comic book short stories. And there's a little story by somebody familiar in this book. It's by Ricardo A. Lima, and it is called Dynamo, with art by Martin McIntosh. Cool story, bro.
Hey, thanks. It's like Moby Dick in space.
So Monstrosity available at finer comic shops all over the world. This guy in the front kind of looks like you, Ricky. Just like,
you know,
with a whole bunch of eyes.
That's a James Stocco cover, so
it's pretty cool. If you're interested in reading this fine book of stories and also seeing what Ricky had to write about whales somehow surviving in space without a spacesuit, come on, then you can pick it up at Stadium, or you can go to your local comic shop and ask them to order it in. But enough about you, Ricky. Let's get to what everybody came here for, the comics. Open up some boxes. While Ricky's unboxing all those lovely comics behind us, I want to fill you guys all in on something we've been working on very hard here for quite a long time. We haven't really said anything about it up until now, just because, you know, we wanted to get a leg up on our competition kind of thing. And there's a lot of comic book stores in the GTA, in the Greater Toronto area, and a lot of comic book stores in North America. We're here to announce today that we are now officially the first comic shop in North America. I'm not sure about what's going on in Europe or Asia, but we are the first comic shop delivering comic book subscriptions to our customers via drone. So the drone delivery of comic books in the Greater Toronto area starts today. Thank you to everybody who agreed to beta test this process. We wanted to make sure that before we launched it company-wide that it was tested, you know, for things like air safety. We had to make sure that we followed all the particular regulations, and we wanted to make sure that your comics were safe as well during the transport process. So drone delivery of comic books coming your way today, and only from Stadium Comics. Also, I want to get a quick mention in for comicboxer.com. Monthly comic book mystery boxes delivered right to your door. Time is running out on the availability of the March mystery box. It's set to ship in a few days, so please take the opportunity to join the club now. You won't regret it. There's some awesome books that are being included for the March shipment. Alright, from Funko today we've got the Walking Dead television show Series 3 Mystery Minis. Then we've also got the Frozen Mystery Minifigures. We've got a TARDIS plastic lidded tumbler with straw. From the Arrow television show we have the Dark Archer and DEADSHOT. From Batman the Animated Series, here's the Joker. And Man-Bat. Got a bunch of new pop heroes to show you. Here is Yondu and the Collector. Nebula and Thanos. From Frozen, we've got the first few figures in the Series 2 of the Frozen Pop line. Here is Young Elsa and Young Anna, and here is Coronation Anna. From the new Avengers movie Age of Ultron, we have Hawkeye and Iron Man Mark 43, Captain America and Hulk, Thor and Vision. We've got a Harley Quinn Arkham Asylum bust bank. Also from Batman the Animated Series, we have Robin. We have the new Marvel Infinite Series Legends figures. Here is Sentry, Machine Man, Scarlet Witch, Captain Marvel, Iron Fist, Hawkeye, and Thor. The Build-A-Figure for this set is the Allfather. And finally today from Marvel Select Toys we have this badass Carnage action figure. On to the collected editions, we have My Little Pony Friends Forever. This is Volume 3. Wonder Woman Volume 5 in softcover. And we've got Volume 6 in hardcover. This closes out Brian Azzarello and Cliff Chang's run on Wonder Woman. For those of you who missed out on Gem and the Holograms issue number 1, we've got this box set edition. It's $24.99 US. It comes with this awesome slipcover, which has 5 covers in it. The main cover and the 4 individual character covers. We've got the Flash Celebration of 75 Years hardcover. This reprints some classic Flash stories, some must-haves if you are considering at all getting into the deep background of the character The Flash in his many incarnations. We've got the first volume of Lumberjanes. This is a really popular series from Boom. And if you've missed out on the issues, you can collect them all here in one place. This will get you caught up to date. And we've got an original graphic novel from Marvel, so this has never before been printed in single issue comic form. It is Avengers, The Rage of Ultron. And this is good timing considering the Age of Ultron movie will be coming out in about a month's time. Alright, we've got Descender number 1 from Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. This is a second printing. We've got a second printing of Bitch Planet number 2, and then we've got a second printing of Bitch Planet number 3. My Little Pony Fiendship is Magic, issue 1 of 5. Whoa! Ravenous, issue number 1. G.I. Joe, issue 212. Chris Giarruso's Tales from the Con, issue number 2. Looking for Group, issue number 1 from Dynamite Comics. The Dying and the Dead, issue number 2. Nailbiter, issue number 11. And yes, on the front cover, he's actually biting nails. Black Science, number 13. Angel and Faith, season 10, issue number 13. Ed Brisson's Cluster, issue number 3. Here's Lady Killer, issue number 4. Southern Bastards, issue number 8. Doctor Who, the Ninth Doctor, number 1. G.I. Joe, number 7. A new one from Image Comics today, it's No Mercy, issue number 1. New from Boom Studios today, it's UFOlogy, number 1. Lots of people are really excited about this one. It is from Oni Press, and it is Rick and Morty, issue number 1. Rick, what's Rick and Morty all about?
Well,
I defer to you on topics of comics adapted from really weird-looking cartoons.
true. Well, Lemon Grab from Adventure Time and Dan Harmon from Community got together, and they made a show.
I like Community.
There you go. The show's hilarious, very offensive, very hilarious. So I think the premise is Back to the Future with Doc Martin and Marty McFly, and but Doc Martin is actually super drunk and doesn't care about anything. And that's basically what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not Doc Martin in the Back to the Future movies. It's Dr. Brown, but that's okay.
Right, Dr. Brown.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, so this is about them, but like in
With super drunk and doing offensive things.
In all time streams.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
It's hilarious.
I can get on board with that. And here is the variant cover for that book. Okay, DC Comics. Issue 48 of Future's End, the final issue in the Future's End saga. Who hung around for all 48 issues? The last 3 were pretty intense. So interested to see how they're going to wrap it all up in this issue here. And then we get something we haven't seen in a long time from Future's End, and that is a variant cover. Yes, this is the variant cover for issue 48. We've also got the final issue of Batman Eternal. This is issue 52. And also a variant for that book as well. Gotham Academy Endgame, the one-shot. Arkham Manor Endgame. Flash Season 0, number 7. Superman Wonder Woman, number 17. Here's the movie variant paying tribute to Gone with the Wind. Wonder Woman, number 40, with the tribute to 300 variant cover. Harley Quinn, issue number 16. Here's the variant cover. And the movie variant paying tribute to Jailhouse Rock. Earth 2 World's End, number 26. And we've got some annuals to show you. Here's the Batwoman annual, the Sinestro annual, the Teen Titans annual, the Batman Superman annual, and the Batman and Robin annual. Convergence, issue number 0. It all starts here. This is the regular cover by Tony Daniel featuring all the different Supermen that have existed throughout the DC universe. And here is the Ethan Van Sciver cover for issue 0. Here's the black and white version of Ethan Van Sciver's cover. Then we have another variant here. And the lovely Adam Hughes variant. Now, Convergence issue 0 kicks off 2 months of Convergence titles. in the DC Universe. All the other titles are being put on hold. Some of those titles have ended. And you've got a bunch of 2-issue miniseries, 40 in total, that start next week, along with Convergence issue number 1. Each one of the remaining weeks in April will focus on a particular era from DC Comics history. Head on over to our website, stadiumcomics.com, where we have a definitive guide to what you can expect from Convergence and what issues are coming out what week, so you can kind of decide what to add to your pull list as far as Convergence goes. Now, after Convergence is all wrapped up in June, we'll have 24 or 25 or so of the current DC Comics titles will continue on, and then we'll have a whole bunch of new titles join those books in kind of a mini relaunch of the DC Universe, and that will start in June. Okay, moving on to Marvel, we've got Avengers Millennium, issue number 1. We've also got some reprints to show you. This is X-Men True Believers, issue number 1, Age of Apocalypse. The True Believers series of books are a bunch of famous storylines from Marvel's past that are going to be offered for just $1, and this is Age of Apocalypse, issue number 1. Likewise, we have Marvel Zombies, issue number 1. We've got a 4th printing of Star Wars number 1, 2nd printing of Darth Vader number 1, and a 2nd printing of Darth Vader number 2. Then we've got Spider-Gwen number 1, a 2nd printing of that book. Guardians of the Galaxy, Best Story Ever, issue number 1. Cyclops number 12 is chapter 10 of the Black Vortex series. Here's the variant cover for that title. Deadpool pays a visit in this issue of Wolverines, and it's issue number 13. Here's Punisher number 17. Avengers 43. Iron Fist the Living Weapon number 11. Return of the Living Deadpool number 3. Guardians Team Up number 4. Operation Sin number 4. Empire of the Dead Act 3 number 1. Uncanny Avengers issue 3. Here's the issue 3 variant by Amanda Connor. And here's the other variant for issue 3. New from Charles Soule and Steve McNiven, we've got the Uncanny Inhumans, and this is issue 0. We've got this 1 minute later variant cover. There's another variant cover featuring Black Bolt. The 50 Years of the Inhumans variant cover. Another variant cover. And the What the Duck themed variant cover. They are inserting Howard the Duck into a lot of, I guess, popular arts pieces as part of these covers. Here's Ultron Forever, Avengers, issue number 1. We've got Amazing Spider-Man number 17. The Amazing Spider-Man 17 variant. Spider-Gwen, issue 3. Here is the Spider-Gwen What the Duck variant by Sergio Aragonés. Then here is the other Spider-Gwen variant. And then finally today we've got from the Star Wars universe Kanan, The Last Padawan. The Scotty Young cover, the blank cover, and the variant cover.
Alright guys, prize time. We asked you what your best or worst con story was, and you could win a copy of the self-published Black Hole Hunters Club number 6. Oh yes, by the lovely Ricky Lima. So Christian Sage said, my weirdest con story is that I've never been to a con. Dude, you need to fix your life. Cons are wicked, and you should be going to one like every 5 minutes, because they're the funnest, man. If I could go to one every 5 minutes, I'd be there. DinkyBoy03 said, I was at Oz Comic Con in Australia, and I was in line to meet Patrick Stewart for like 2 to 3 hours, and then when I got to the table, he didn't say a word to me and signed the thing I had, and I was on my way. It was very underwhelming, but then I went to Stan Lee, and that was the greatest moment of my life. It's always so disappointing when you meet somebody that you're super excited to meet, and it's just like lackluster. I really think that Patrick Stewart is not like an ass. He's just probably super tired, overworked. And I mean, like, if you were there for 2 to 3 hours, imagine him meeting people for like 2 to 3 hours. He's probably like, I am ready for bed. And he's old, so you know how that is. Ken Ive said, my best con story will happen this year when I grow out my beard, put on a Batman hoodie, and cosplay as Ricky Lima. If you're at Fan Expo and you see me and you're dressed up as me, you will get a free copy of any of the books I have. Because that is amazing. And you deserve it, really. You deserve it. So Ken Ives, please do that. But the winner goes to Rob S., who said, at Fan Expo 2014, I went up to get my Amazing Spider-Man book signed by Dan Slott. I got to the podium and Dan starts making small talk with me while signing some books. Suddenly, we're interrupted by someone working for the con who said, Dan, I have some bad news for you. Karen Gillian canceled. Dan Slott was clearly disappointed by the news. He expressed that he has been so busy lately that he barely gets more than a few hours sleep a night. He couldn't really come this year to the con, but is a big fan of Doctor Who, and in particular a big fan of Gillian. I guess the Fan Expo people promised to Slott he could meet them all and get front row seats to the Doctor Who event. Once the organizers convinced him they weren't lying, he made a fist in the air and yelled, Gillian! Great guy, he signs well beyond the time that is scheduled. The Fan Expo people tried to limit people to 5 books, and Slott convinced them to allow more. He spent at least 2 to 3 minutes talking with each person in line, and despite the reason for him coming to the con canceled, he was more enthusiastic to meet the fans than any other person in that building. Man, that story fills me with so much happy emotions. I met Dan Slott, not last year, but 2 years ago at New York Comic Con, and he was definitely the coolest guy. I feel like Dan Slott got into comic writing for the right reasons. He's like, I just want to write cool stories and interact with cool people. And that's what he's doing. So Rob S., for filling me with feels, you win a copy of Black Hole Hunters Club issue 6. So get us your information. We'll get that book over to you as soon as possible. This week what we're giving out is a copy of Convergence number 0. That's right. It all starts here in Convergence. Whoa, Superman. What we want to know from you is, what is your favorite era in DC Comics and why? Personally, my favorite era would have to be like mid to late 80s, because that's when all the cool things came out. Like The Dark Knight, Swamp Thing, Animal Man, all that stuff. Super cool stuff. And I'm kind of glad that, you know, they're doing a little bit of that with Convergence. So let us know what your favorite era in the DC universe is, and we'll get you a copy of Convergence.
Alright everybody, that is it for this week. Thank you once again for watching. We got a new show on our channel, just debuted this week. It's called Pull This. It stars this guy over here. Obviously, he's got to be in everything on the channel, right? Like, I just can't even take a break.
Face of the channel.
And our good friend Alice Quinn also is in the show. And right now we plan to have it air at the beginning of every month, and it'll kind of give you an idea of what is coming out for that month and what you should be adding to your pull list at your local shop.
We talked about Kanan, the new book that just came out today.
Yep.
And Convergence we talked about.
Yeah,
so.
as well as a whole bunch of other books coming out in the next couple weeks. So be sure to check that out. Our good friend Louie's got his recap podcast. Check that out as well. That'll get you caught up on everything going on in the world of comic books. You want to pick up like Avengers issue 43 this week? Pick it up and just, you know, listen to Louie's podcast.
Yeah.
He'll catch you up.
Fill you in.
Yeah. Remember that you can connect with us using any of the websites you see listed here on the screen, and we'll see you all next time for episode 232 of Unboxing Wednesdays. Have a great week, everyone, and enjoy your comics.